Pirate fans, welcome in. I just wanted to take a few minutes today to look back at the 30-3 loss to Michigan on Saturday. You know, when you look back at this game, it's pretty frustrating because there were several plays that really altered the course of the game. Many of them were self-inflicted on the part of East Carolina that they'd love to have back. And then several others were just horrendous calls by the officials that are really inexplicable when you go back and watch the tape. So right now, I just wanted to take a look at four plays, four situations that really impacted this game in a negative way for East Carolina that, had they gone differently, I'm not saying we win the game because we didn't do enough to win the game, but we would have been in a much better situation to make this game much closer and more competitive. So four situations I'm going to take a look at. The very first is on East Carolina's second offensive possession. We had punted the ball. After our first possession, we had punted the ball deep and pinned Michigan back inside their own 2-yard line. The defense did a fantastic job on 3 straight runs, really just stuffing them completely. At one point, it almost looked like there was going to be a safety there, but a fantastic job by the front seven on the defense to get them to force a punt deep out of their end zone. East Carolina receives the punt in plus territory. What an opportunity early in the game, like I said, in plus territory, to take a lead. You know, just a few first downs or a first down and you're in field goal position. So, you know, great chance there to gain some momentum, take the early lead, and build some confidence, which is huge on that stage. Unfortunately, we get into a situation where it's 3rd and 9, and Mason Garcia throws off of his back foot on, you know, he's trying to hit Jalen Johnson on a deep out route, but the pass was undercut and intercepted by Michigan. And when you go back and look at that play, Johnson was open. Mason had some pressure in his face, but he wasn't able to set his feet and make a strike. So he threw it off his back foot, and just the ball never had any steam on it. Michigan was able to make a play and take momentum back. So huge missed opportunity there for East Carolina to not be able to capitalize in plus territory, at least get a field goal in that situation. So that's play number 1 I wanted to take a look at. Play number 2 was the J.J. McCarthy scramble, where he threw a touchdown pass clearly over the line of scrimmage in that situation. It's just hard to explain how the refs can get it so wrong. You know, even having the benefit of instant replay like they do, and every camera angle you could possibly imagine, they still got it wrong. And, you know, it really looked like some home cooking there for Michigan. When you go back and watch that play, that's a big situation where, you know, if you stop them there, you hold them to a field goal. So, you know, you go back and look at it, the foot end when the ball was released, the hand clearly in front of the line. Again, hard to imagine how the officials got it so wrong. Even the rules official on TV clearly said that he was across the line of scrimmage. So that's play number 2. Big turn of events, could have held them to a field goal there. You know, again, just to keep the game more competitive. Play number 3, controversial play where we're, again, in plus territory for Michigan. Alex Flynn is in the game now in a good rhythm. He throws a beautiful pass to Jalen Johnson on the deep out, close to the sideline. Michigan's defender comes in, makes a great play on the ball, and is able to jar it loose right at the end of that play. Now, two things about this play. Number 1, Jalen Johnson, hey, you have to come down with that ball in that spot. So that's a missed opportunity for ECU there. But you look further, there were 12 men on the field. And again, inexplicable how the officials can get it so wrong when even the rules official on TV said there were clearly 12 men on the field and that the play would be overturned. So, you know, part of that play is just bad judgment on the part of the officials. Nobody knows what they're looking at. And then a self-inflicted wound by East Carolina. I know it's not an easy catch, but if you're going to win this game, you have to come down with it in that spot. So that's play number 3. Play number 4 was again, in the second quarter, Alex Flynn comes in. He's in a really good rhythm. We get ourselves into a 3rd and 5 situation. Michigan comes out with a single high free safety, and we decide to run verticals against it. Flynn throws an absolute dart to Jari Patterson, which probably would have picked up 20, 25 yards and given us a first down in plus territory. But unfortunately, the ball goes through Patterson's hands, and we're forced into a situation where we have to punt. So another play it's a self-inflicted wound for East Carolina that, if you make that play, you give yourself a chance before halftime to get some points on the board and build confidence. So again, that's 4 plays, 4 situations that really altered the course of this game, in my opinion. There were several more, but I wanted to focus on those because some were self-inflicted, some were dictated by just horrific officiating on the field, as bad as I've ever seen. But you find yourself in a situation where you lose that game 30-3, and definitely things you want to take back. So just wanted to, for good, for better or worse, wanted to take a look at those 4 situations, and hopefully these are things that we can clean up here heading into the Marshall game. Another huge opportunity this week to get a win, and these are plays you have to make, and hopefully we get better officiating because it was absolutely terrible. I'm not one to complain about officiating, but when the calls are that bad, when they're that egregious, and there's that much home cooking, it's definitely worth talking about, and you have to wonder what those guys were looking at. So thanks for listening, and hopefully we can get a win this week against Marshall. Go Pirates.
Yeah, 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 yeah. My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down in my soul.